strategic and commercial dialogue between India and the United States discussed issues relating to security, terrorism, trade and investment. And India and the United States will fight together terrorism. And the US Secretary of State John Kerry says that the US backs India's stand on punishing the perpetrators of the Mumbai and Pathankot terror attacks. India and the US also agreed to continue exchange of intelligence. The talks also focused on climate change and clean energy. India raised the issue of visa restrictions. The United States has said that the relations between the two countries are at a high point.
India and the United States held talks under their second strategic and commercial dialogue, during which the issues relating to security, terrorism and trade and investment were discussed. The high-level exchange saw External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj and Minister of State Independent Charge for Commerce and Industry Nirmala Sitharaman leading the Indian side, while US Secretary of State John Kerry and US Secretary of Commerce Penny Pritzker represented the United States. They were accompanied by a high-level inter-agency delegation. The two countries have seen increased synergy and partnership in recent years, and the relationship seems to be growing stronger with each day. In the talks, India and the US have agreed that terrorism poses a stiffer challenge to humanity, and India once again stressed that Pakistan should stop becoming a safe haven for terrorists and their organizations.
सेक्रेटरी कैरी और मैंने आतंकवाद, जो कि अंतर्राष्ट्रीय समुदाय के लिए अहम चुनौती है और जो अंतर्राष्ट्रीय शांति और सुरक्षा के लिए सबसे बड़ा खतरा है, इस विषय पर विस्तृत चर्चा की। मुझे आपको बताते हुए खुशी है कि इस मुद्दे पर हमारे विचार बिल्कुल एक जैसे थे। There was a meeting of minds on this issue.
Both countries have agreed to exchange intelligence information. Climate change and clean energy were also discussed in detail, as a lot has been at stake for both nations. India is also keen to ensure success for its Agenda 2030. Importantly, Afghanistan continues to have a special place in bilateral relations between the two nations. Minister of External Affairs Sushma Swaraj also raised the issues relating to issuance of visas for Indian professionals. India made it clear that Pakistan will have to take credible action against terror for the talks to begin.
प्रधानमंत्री जी लाहौर गए, पर लौट के आके हमको पठानकोट मिला। तो कम से कम अब आप जब बात कर रही हैं कि हम क्या चिंतित हैं या हम बातचीत कैसे शुरू कर सकते हैं, कम से कम हमारे देश की इतनी अपेक्षा तो है कि पठानकोट पर कोई कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए। आतंकवाद और वार्ता साथ साथ नहीं चल सकते, ये हमने कह रखा है। तो इसलिए कोई चिंता की बात नहीं है, लेकिन एक अपेक्षा हमें ज़रूर है और बातचीत तभी शुरू होगी जब कम से कम इन चीज़ों पर कोई कार्रवाई होगी।
The United States has unequivocally reiterated its resolve and commitment to fight the challenge of terror. Secretary of State John Kerry again made it clear that the United States will continue its pursuit of justice for the victims of the 26/11 and Pathankot attacks.
The United States continues to support all efforts to bring the perpetrators of the Mumbai and the Pathankot attacks to justice. And we cannot and we will not make distinctions between good and bad terrorists.
Kerry also announced that the two nations will continue to collaborate with Afghanistan with trilateral talks at the United Nations, stated to begin at the UNGA.
The bottom line is that India and the United States are more deeply engaged on more important issues than at any time in the history of our relationship. In other words, we are cooperating and we are working more closely together than ever before.
In the plenary session, the US expressed confidence that the partnership between the two countries is the defining one for the 21st century. The United States also raised the issue of progress in nuclear agreement and pitched for US reactors, while praising the dynamism and leadership qualities of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The SNCD is the most comprehensive mechanism to discuss and deliberate on the entire gamut of cooperation between the two countries. From the Indian side, Tata Group Chairman Cyrus Mistry co-chaired the India-US CEO Forum meeting. The decision to elevate the India-US strategic dialogue into a strategic and commercial dialogue was taken during the visit of US President Barack Obama to India in January 2015. The inaugural SNCD was held on September 22, 2015 in Washington, D.C. News Night Desk, DD News.